You are listening to the Get That Out of Your Mouth podcast.
Welcome to this week's episode of the Get That Out of Your Mouth podcast. My name is Todd, and with me today is the Harry Dunn to my Lloyd Christmas, Dave.
Yo.
How's it going, man?
I'm not gonna lie. I really wanted to say like the pickles, like Dane Cook, and the pickles right before you started this. I don't know why, but brain works in weird ways. I'm doing pretty freaking what?
I don't understand what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
You try to not understand Dave.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, sometimes it's better not to explore the fathoms and depths of my brain.
Yeah,
So.
it's a frightening place to think about.
Yeah.
So with us today, Jerry is under the weather, so he is not able to be with us today. But with us today is Steve. Welcome back, Steve. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right. How you feeling today?
Much better.
Good.
Yeah.
You've been under the weather the last couple days, so it's good to be back in health state, and you're no longer crying like a bitch.
I was not crying like a bitch. I was crying like a man.
That's what you say today. Okay.
It's how I fall asleep at night. Shut up.
The single man tier.
Yeah.
So
Then it beats itself up and jumps off his face.
exactly.
Yeah. That's
So
toxic masculinity at its finest.
yeah. Yeah.
Always.
Anyway.
So before we get to today's topic, Stephen, you mentioned it earlier. As we're recording this, full disclosure, it is Tuesday, April 11th. No, 12th. 12th?
It's just 12.
April 12th. I'm sorry. And we recently just learned of the passing of the legendary comedian Gilbert Gottfried. So we're all going to take a quick moment of silence to respect the legendary actor and comedian. Okay. May he rest in peace.
God,
Yes.
I wish I could pull off his voice.
It's so
That's like
difficult
the
to pull off
one-
his voice.
It's like the one you just can't.
You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
It's so
He
difficult.
had his own unique voice.
Yeah.
It's very
It's-
nasally.
Yeah.
You can't.
Unrecreatable.
It's
Yeah.
difficult to replicate.
So,
No.
kind of leaning into today's topic, what was your favorite Gilbert Gottfried movie?
That's a really good
I
question.
mean, obviously, it would be Aladdin, but I like the Problem Child movies. 1 and 2.
I agree.
1 and 2.
I think he's great in the Problem Child movies from the 80s. His character was just so spot on.
Mm-hmm.
It was brief, but it was memorable.
He played it perfectly.
I mean, most memorable is Iago from Aladdin.
Yeah.
Like you said, Steve. And
Friend is such a strong word.
yeah, that was pretty solid.
It
That
was,
pretty
you know,
solid.
I do what I
difficult.
can.
Yeah.
But
If I get one more fucking crack.
I don't think he said fucking.
No, he didn't.
But-
like,
I'm
it was implied. It was implied.
It was implied.
Ah, that hurts.
But once again, may he rest in peace.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That said, leaning into today's topic, we are going to do a discussion about some movies.
Mhm.
So, there's all kinds of different movies out there. Everybody has their preferences, their favorites, their, what they would prefer to listen to, or I'm sorry, watch. So
Or listen to.
or listen to, whatever the
movies.
case may be.
Fun fact: someone, my girlfriend was telling me recently that people that suffer from anxiety will actually rewatch the same stuff, like genres or shows, and it's actually a soothing mechanism.
Oh, absolutely.
Because
I do that on a regular basis.
fair enough. I just thought I'd throw that out there just because it was a fun fact I learned recently. So
Okay. Yeah.
just threw it in there.
That works.
It makes perfect sense.
But, with that, like I said, everybody has their own favorites and what they like to watch. So what we've kind of done today, I downloaded an app that's basically just a topic randomizer. So what we're going to do, we have a whole bunch of different movie genres, on the app. And what we're going to do is basically I'm going to hit shuffle and a genre is going to come up and we're going to kind of discuss it.
So what I'm hearing is you're going to press a button, wizard magic is going to happen, and then we're going to get a topic.
That's exactly how it works with everything that I do.
Yes.
Wizard magic?
I am a wizard.
He's a witch.
It's a witch!
No, I'm a wizard, Harry.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Ah.
Response reversed.
Exactly. So basically what I'm thinking, I'll choose it. We'll choose a topic and talk about.
You'll choose a topic?
I said we'll choose a topic. I'll choose a topic. The
Your
topic will be
phone
decided.
Will choose the topic, not us.
Whatever. It'll be decided completely at random. And
That is true.
The claw knows all. The claw knows all. Yeah, I
this
went.
is what happens when Dave doesn't get stoned before recording.
I'm just in like a good mood, just because.
It's good.
Yeah.
So, and then kind of I figure talk about some of our favorites in that genre.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. Ready to
Sounds
get
good.
Should we get started?
Why not?
Hell yeah.
Cool. All right. First topic, completely random.
Oh no, I can't do that one.
Monster
okay.
movies.
Perfect.
All right.
Hey.
I am
So-
made for this.
All right. Dig in. You're made for it.
I mean, the classic 1984 Kong versus Godzilla. You can't go wrong. I mean, obviously, the special effect. There are no special effects. It's literally a dude in a monster suit. But again, you have like the rocks and like literally King Kong fucking hits Godzilla with a tree.
And
As a
shoves it
base-
down his
as a
throat.
and yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah, shoves it down,
Yep.
right down his fucking throat.
And I mean, obviously the new version is pretty dope too. But yeah, that's definitely one.
Well, you're a big Godzilla fan in general.
Oh yeah. Oh
like
yeah.
you like King
Like-
Kong and Godzilla movies in general.
Absolutely.
So-
like, and
And I know Steven, you do too.
Yes, I do.
King of the Monsters. Yeah, that was. I wasn't as big of a fan of the remake of the Godzilla movie, like the what was it? I think it was like 2002.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I just didn't like the perspective take
Okay.
on it. Like I liked the it was too much. There was too much focus on like the people, right?
Right.
Like it was almost like I was watching. What was it? There was that other monster movie.
Wait, are we talking about the first American attempt at Godzilla?
No, that not the Matthew Broderick one.
Okay, about to
Yeah.
say
That is that. I would reference that as Zilla because he is
Yes.
not technically the real Godzilla.
He was rebranded.
Yes, he was rebranded. Yeah, you didn't know this?
I don't know those types of monster movies. When I think monster movie,
You think like Frankenstein, Dracula.
I
mean, and
one that comes to my brain first, is Frankenstein. Frankenstein, Dracula, the Mummy.
Frankenstein.
No, it's Frankenstein.
Van Helsing.
I mean,
No.
fine, if you want to go
I mean, Hugh
true
Jackman's pretty dope,
monster, I would say the 90s Mummy movies.
90s, early 2000s with Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, those
God,
those
the
were
first-
excellent.
Can we just talk
the
like?
first two?
Can we also
Yeah.
bring up like? Does anyone else miss fucking Brendan Fraser?
Everybody does.
He's
been
in Doom Patrol.
People have
did
been
not-
the
showing
voice-
him so much love lately.
He's hysterical. He's the voice of Cliff in Doom Patrol.
Cliff's the giant robot dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Watch Doom Patrol. It's hysterical. You'll love it.
I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Okay,
So.
but
But anyway.
when you get an opportunity, because he voices Cliff, but I agree with you. I miss Brendan Fraser, and any interview you read about anything about Brendan Fraser, it just talks about what an awesome person he is. It's a good movie too.
Yeah, it is.
And everybody's been showing him so much love, and because he's a great person.
Yeah, him and Tom Hanks are probably the two nicest guys, from what I understand, in all of
Reeves.
Hollywood.
Keanu
Reeves, I heard, is pretty cool too.
Yeah,
He is amazing.
yeah.
But with
You're
that in mind-
amazing.
I am. I try. Thank you. But so yeah, I mean that So like I said, when I think monster movie, like you guys, I figured would jump right on King Kong and Godzilla.
He did.
Oh, I definitely did.
I mean, my thought jumps to Frankenstein and Dracula and Mummy and Wolfman and stuff like that. And
which Frankenstein is your top?
Oh, I go with the number one. I mean, I like Young Frankenstein, but that's a spoof.
That's the best one.
We haven't gotten there yet. And if I'm thinking Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula, but you also look at
absolutely,
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu was
is an excellent. No, it was not the original. Yeah, because he was not considered Dracula. He was also not considered a monster. It was a man who just he suffered from vampire. He not suffered. He adopted the lifestyle of vampirism, and he was a human man who just wanted to drink blood.
He was crazy.
But he was not deemed, because they didn't know any. There was no mention of monsters at that point. In terms of vampires. It was 1922 when that movie came out. It was also the first movie, fun fact, that featured any kind of color. Yeah.
I only remember the aspect of it being black and white still.
So it's black and white, but they used they used colored filters on the lens to what was
add,
it?
Like depth or something?
Not really add depth, but there was at one point they added a red filter to make it to depict daylight, or they were the first ones to use some kind of color on film,
and not for anything that like those like it's a low budget version, but like they still use that stuff today.
It was high budget for the time.
Yeah,
it was very high budget for the time. So, all right, ready for the new topic?
I mean,
sure.
Are we done with
you guys want to
monsters?
cover monsters a little bit more?
I mean, there's a lot.
I mean,
ways.
there's also like the new Wolfman with Anthony Hopkins, right? That was a solid, I would say that was a solid remake of the original Wolfman, right?
And then you have unconventional ones like The Thing and The Blob, also monster movies.
Okay, Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing.
I remember that there was comic books in like the 90s of the Swamp Thing.
I remember there being a cartoon of Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
I had a Swamp Thing.
I mean,
toy.
the 90s had like everything turned into some form of cartoon as well.
Oh, there's no question.
And they didn't all last that long.
Yeah, there's no question. But
no. All right. I mean, if you're good with what we have, I mean, I'm good with the next.
Yeah, we can keep things.
If we spend too much time on one thing, we're gonna be here for 3 hours.
Yeah.
So
we just want to keep it going.
So we're just trying to burn through like our top picks from each
we'll
genre.
get through a few. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Completely shuffled. Rom-coms.
Oh.
All right, so this is something that I know Steven isn't going to have too much input on.
I have some rom-coms that I like, not many.
So go ahead.
Well, now you put me on the spot. I can't remember much.
His brain
I can't
blanked.
remember too many of them off the top of my head.
He etch-a-sketched.
Oh, pretty much.
Do you want to have a moment to think?
Yes.
Go ahead, Dave.
So my top tier rom-com movie, Failure to Launch with Matthew McConaughey.
Okay. That's Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yes.
Yeah.
From the show
from Sex and the City. Yep.
Yeah. I just I just loved everything about it, like from the cast, the how it was played out,
Mhm.
like the sad little backstory.
Yep.
Like all of it, solid movie the whole way through.
Yeah. I mean, so I would say I love the movie The Proposal
That's
with
another good one.
Ryan Reynolds, because I think anything Ryan Reynolds does for the
yes,
most part is gold.
Y-
And Sandra Bullock.
and you have fucking Betty White.
And Betty White is in
Fuck,
there. And
she is
Yes.
so goddamn funny.
rest in
right?
peace, Betty White.
To the window,
Yes.
to the wall.
Right? And she's singing to the window, to the wall.
Yes,
My balls, my balls.
Yeah.
To the sweat drip down my balls. And all you bitches crawl. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, I think that movie's great.
That's definitely up there in my top 10 as
Yeah.
well for rom-coms. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of blanking that after that. I'm sure someone will say something, and it's kind of like
It's difficult. So as guys, we hit that quick stereotype of we're not necessarily supposed to know about rom-com, so we tend to focus. I'm not going to get political. I'm not going to start a war or anything like that, but we tend to focus more on
like
action movies, other types of raunchy comedies,
Also
the
known-
cheesy,
like American
the
Pie
cheesy
type of
one-liner.
thing.
Also known
movies.
as
Yeah.
dick flicks.
dick flicks. Exactly.
I've never heard that term used before.
Yeah, dick
and
flicks like Porky's is a dick flick because they're
Transformers is a dick flick. It is.
I would
'Cause it's
say it's
mainly-
a family movie.
Transformers.
Yeah. There's no swearing.
There's action.
There's action.
There's blowing. There's shit blowing up. There's Megan
But,
Fox.
like,
That's dick flick right there.
but
It's not a dick
unrealistic.
flick.
I would.
It's an action family movie.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like I said, Porky's, Revenge of the Nerds,
Action movies in
Animal
general.
House.
Action
Those
movies in-
movies.
Demolition Man's a dick flick.
It's not.
It's an action movies in general
It's not.
because
It just happens to be that men are more drawn to that, but it's not designed for men. Movies that
Majority is definitely
movies that show a lot of tits are the movies that are designed for men. Like I
Yeah.
said,
Conan the Barbarian.
again, right? Conan the Barbarian.
You're literally just making my point. Conan the Barbarian is an action movie.
Okay, but there's a lot of tits.
It doesn't. So here's the thing.
It's
Just because
designed
it's
to
an
draw men.
Just because it's an action movie doesn't mean that
But
it's
the
not
main
family
demographic
appropriate.
but the main demographic for action movies is men.
And here's the problem. Why do we care if it's focusing towards men?
Yeah,
I'm just
I
saying,
mean,
that's the main
like,
demographic,
we're-
is it not?
we're not here to debate this.
Okay,
Yeah, like
moving on.
you're getting into like the political realm, Stephen.
I did.
And
I
will-
started that. I started
Yeah,
that. I did.
Todd, that's your fault.
All right. We'll move away from that idea, but in terms of rom-coms, getting back to that before we get too far off track. Steve, do you have any?
I got one.
Go ahead.
Do you still need a minute?
One that I've seen and it's insanely entertaining. It's a movie called Holiday in Handcuffs. It's where this chick that is played by I'm blanking on her name. She played Sabrina.
Melissa Joan Hart.
Yes, thank you.
I
Pretty
will
much
not remember
kidnaps Christian Slater and makes him, be her boyfriend
I
on
vaguely
a
remember
holiday.
this. I vaguely remember this.
For a family holiday weekend.
Okay.
And it's so stupid. It's so stupid, but it's hilarious to watch.
Okay.
41st Dates.
41st Dates.
What
Wait,
Adam
no,
said.
50
Adam said
51st
51st
Dates. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got the number wrong, but
Yeah.
yeah.
51st Dates. That's
Adam
an
Sandler, yeah.
excellent one.
Um,
A lot of Adam Sandler's movies, while goofy, a lot of them can be looked at as rom-coms. The Wedding Singer,
Blended, right?
Blended,
Blended's a good rom-com.
and 51st Dates, all three of which are Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. Just saying.
Very true.
what about what is it? I can't remember. It's like they go on a Hawaiian vacation and Russell Brand takes the dude's
Forgetting
girl-
Sarah Marshall.
Forgetting
Sarah Marshall. That's an excellent one.
Yeah, you can't not bring up Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah,
That's an
I'm
excellent
just
one.
horrible at naming movies.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
So
Clearly.
eventually we get there, people.
Yeah,
All right.
and there was another one, what featuring Adam Sandler that also had the
A very Harold and Kumar Christmas.
Go
no.
away.
No. What was the chick from Friends? Why am I blanking on her name?
Oh, you're talking about Just Go With It.
Just go with it. Yeah,
Okay.
that was also another one.
Another good one.
Yeah. So
All right.
I'm very comfortable with my sexuality, guys.
The Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers. Would that be considered a rom-com?
I think so.
Because it's about the two of them falling
It's about
in
them.
love.
But eventually, they
Yeah.
fall in love, but it's not.
Well, no.
They do.
No. Owen Wilson was.
He was falling in love quick, but
he was
it-
in love.
the fu-
Love
I
at
mean,
first sight.
I don't know if I would consider that a rom-com. I can see the argument for it, but I don't know if I would consider it.
Okay, fair enough.
So, switching topics.
Sure.
Sure.
All right. Next on the ballot,
We get monsters again.
action movies.
Hey.
All right. So
Commonly known
this
as
could
dick
take a while.
flicks.
Apparently known as dick flicks.
Yeah.
Steven just likes dick. So
Well,
Why did you have
Anyway.
to call
with
him out like that?
anyway, so
this could be a whole episode by itself.
it could be, but let's break it down. Steve, I know your favorite. I'm gonna throw your favorite out there. Shoot 'em up.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I actually
Okay.
haven't watched it.
So
I know
I
I'm gonna
watched
get,
it.
I know I'm gonna
You
get
know?
some major shit as soon as
No,
I said it.
I watched it with Zach and Ben in the cabana. It's something, and we own it. You're welcome to try it. It's an excellent movie. It's one of those. The plot is so stupid.
It's paper thin.
The plot is so ridiculously stupid, but the kills in it are pretty solid.
The plot is very secondary.
It's
to the
Clive
action.
Owen and Paul Giamatti.
And you can't go wrong with those two.
I'm just trying to picture what a movie like that looks like.
You can't. So
No.
think of like
Gun porn.
think of like
I can get
Literally
down with
gun
that.
porn.
Sin City.
Okay.
You've seen Sin City.
Duh.
Think Sin City mixed with
Another Clive Owen movie.
mixed with Lethal Weapon.
That was
Not
actually gonna be one of the ones that I brought up was Lethal Weapon.
Okay,
Think Die Hard with more guns.
there you go.
That was another one that
that's
I
a
was
good
gonna
one.
bring up.
That's another good
Die
one.
Hard, yeah.
Die-
Also a Christmas movie.
it is.
Absolutely.
So is
I
Lethal
didn't even
Weapon.
put that on here, but
We didn't even think about Christmas movies.
Because
also,
the answer was
afterwards, also afterwards, I was also thinking for monster movies, The Nightmare Before Christmas,
okay.
because there's like all different kinds of. I mean, it's definitely a stretch
Right.
for
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
monster movie, like, but monsters are all involved throughout the story arc, right?
Right.
So, but yeah,
Okay.
sorry, Steven, I didn't want.
So yeah, so if we had put Christmas movies on there, the only answer would be Die Hard.
Well, we're not
Jingle all
talking
the
Christmas
way.
movie. We're talking action movies. Damn it!
And I did mention
So,
an action movie.
All right, so I catch heat for this, but my thought process, follow me on this. The Expendables movies,
Absolutely.
excellent movies.
why do
I
you
love
get so
those.
much so much shit for it?
A lot of people don't like them.
A lot of people are stupid.
I don't again, for an action movie,
Mm-hmm.
like they are like the classic style pinnacle of
Yeah.
action
Think
movies.
think about
like
who's in the movies.
original like big action stars,
Right.
Like they always use like those stupid goofy one-liners, like
Mhm.
"I'll be back"
Right.
or "Yo, Adrian."
And then the
Right.
sequel just took everything up to 11
And-
and just
Right.
made it great.
and
Throw
and
in
it
Chuck Norris.
and it plays in on
That was in
on
number
tho-
3.
on those
No,
old
two.
school.
That was in
action
number
stars.
3. Was it in?
He
What?
was in 2.
He was
Who are
in
we talking
2.
about?
He was in 2. You're
Who?
100%
Number
right.
3 was Ronda Rousey.
You're 100% right. I stand
and
corrected.
Antonio Banderas and Wesley Snipes.
I am Antonio Banderas.
Which
Anyway.
one had Mel Gibson in it?
3.
Three.
That one was 3. You're
Okay.
you're 100% right, Steve.
And then the second one had Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. Yeah,
With
Jean-Claude
his-
Van Damme.
His
And
split.
Liam Hemsworth gets killed. Spoiler alert. But
Not Liam.
I mean,
it's the lesser of the.
it's
the
the
two
lesser
Hem-
of the
two
Hemsworths.
He's not Thor.
He's not Thor. Speaking
He
of,
isn't a literal god.
right. But I think Chris Hemsworth, I think, plays an excellent action star.
Mm-hmm.
And he's hot.
Okay.
All right then.
Mm-hmm.
So
Screw you both, he is.
okay then.
All right.
So I want to see him in more action movies.
I mean, I also watched what I can't remember the name of the movie. It was on.
Thor.
It came out on Netflix. It's after Thor.
I remember. I know what you're talking
It
about.
was where he had to go in and save what was it, a child?
Yeah.
In like
It
the
was
Middle East somewhere.
almost like Rambo.
It was almost like a new iteration of Rambo minus all the connection to Rambo.
Right.
Right. Like he goes in and he has all this special training. He jumps off of a cliff into
Yeah.
like a pool of water.
Yeah.
Like he's like the epitome of like healthy masculinity.
Yep.
Right. And that's what I think I liked about it so much was he wasn't he came.
Oh,
he started-
Extraction?
Extraction. That's what it was.
Okay.
And like he starts off with a toxic masculinity, but like he opens up a little bit towards the end, right?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Like I'm not giving away too much detail, but yeah. Like I'm giving away character detail. But anyway, go on.
So I'm just gonna put this out there and argue with me if you want. Best action star of all time is The Rock. I will stand by that
Of all time.
of all time. All fucking time. I don't
Bruce
care.
Lee.
No. I don't care.
Sylvester Stallone, like
I stand by it.
I mean, look.
I
The Rock is
stand by
great,
it.
But when you look at the action movies he actually had,
I look
they're
at The
really
Rock.
not that good. I mean, they're great, but
Yes,
they're
they
not,
are. They're
but, you know,
excellent.
To each his own.
He got super defensive already.
No, I'm not getting super defensive. I said, argue with me if you want.
Uh-huh.
I maintain The Rock is the greatest action star of all time, and I'm gonna catch heat for it. I will stand by it though.
I would say if you're gonna go a route of all time, I don't think he has that title. I think he has the best entertainer title.
No, but again, to
You-
each their
you
own.
I mean, this
immediately
is-
said no.
Yeah, because
you're like,
this is
fuck you.
Todd, maintaining his
Once.
wrestling fandom.
no, it has nothing to do with wrestling. It has to do with, yes, The Rock has become one of the biggest actors of all time.
Yes,
But-
I can agree with that. Yeah,
But I maintain that his versatility has made him the greatest action star of all time because you see him.
but I think he's also had a lot of other roles.
He absolutely
That-
has.
Yeah, he hasn't
He
had
smashed
that
out of the park.
many.
But I don't think, as far as an action star, like I can see saying that he's on the same level as like the original, like the old school action stars.
Okay.
Like even if you want to go like broaden the action into like westerns, right? Like John Wayne. John Wayne is like was a huge star back in his time. But I would say The Rock is above John Wayne, but I don't think he's at like Clint Eastwood or
Or
Sylvester
Stallone level.
Stallone.
But we're
or-
talking about different genres if you're comparing Clint Eastwood to The Rock. You know, Clint Eastwood westerns are not the same as action movies. Where it's a totally different genre
Mm-hmm.
It is.
You know, if you were to, you can compare John Wayne to Clint Eastwood, absolutely. And yeah, there are movies where Clint Eastwood wasn't a
But
cowboy and he
even-
was in
even-
action movies.
But even still, like Clint Eastwood has been in plenty of action.
He's
movies.
been in some action movies, absolutely.
I don't think The Rock had. I don't know what it would take for me to change my perspective. To be
That's
honest with you, but I'm gonna have to agree to disagree with you. In this
Okay.
On
And that's
like I
perfectly
said,
fine.
to each his own.
that's the joy of perspectives. We all have one.
Like I said, I stand by it.
By all means, leave comments and
Yes,
destroy
leave
Todd.
comments and fight with me. I will
Destroy.
fight back. I don't care. I will fight with you. So, on that note, I think it's time we take a short break. I know we're going to take a short word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
When Dave was younger, he was so bad at sports that they gave him the participation trophy at the beginning of the season. And Jerry was once supposed to be in a Pampers commercial, but he was fired for constantly filling his diaper. This commercial break was brought to you by Child Roasters. Child Roasters will insult you because we lack social skills. Now back to the show.
And we're back. By the way, I love the vibe of whatever button that was.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Dance Dance Fever. TDR. Dance Dance Revolution.
oh my God. All right, welcome back. It was supposed to be a simple welcome back, but
There's nothing simple about this.
There's
there's a lot of things simple about this.
and,
Fair point.
I mean, there's nothing simple about how my brain works. We
That's
discussed
that's
this. Yeah,
true.
It's all kinds of crazy.
All right, so
Oh, some would argue that.
we ready for the next topic?
Absolutely, yes.
All right,
Bring it
at
on.
random, stoner movies. All right, I'm throwing them. I'm throwing a few of them out there. Half Baked,
Yes.
Yes.
How High,
Yes.
Okay.
Dazed and Confused.
Absolutely.
All right, there's so many
Up in
others.
Smoke.
Up in any Cheech and Chong movie.
Yeah. Any Cheech and Chong. Grandma's Boy.
Grandma's Boy, excellent
fav-
stoner
my
movie.
favorite.
First of all, like, I watched it before I knew what
Being a stoner was. Yeah.
Now that I am one, it's like, oh, this movie is so much fucking
It
better.
makes so much more sense.
It really does.
No,
The
I
fucking-
agree.
The fucking orangutan. Or was
Go
it,
monkey
or
karate
was
chop
it-
the elephant.
No, it was a chimpanzee, but you get the
Yeah.
idea.
Whatever.
And then the fucking elephant and the lion at the end.
Yep.
It was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And
the
like-
fucking
and like the-
king of the jungle.
And the character that modeled
Yeah.
around the Matrix.
Yeah.
He was a fucking psycho.
He sure was. What was it? Would Blazing Saddles be considered?
No.
No. I feel like, yeah, I guess not. It would kind of be like a weird spiff movie.
It is a 100% a spoof movie.
All right. What else? What else? I mean, those are like the big ones. You rattled off like all the major ones that I recall.
I mean, a lot of the National Lampoon's movies would be stoner movies. Even though
mean-
there's not a lot of, weed in them.
How High?
Yeah.
Well, you already.
I
discussed
mentioned
it.
How
Yeah, you
High.
mentioned
How
it.
High is one of the greatest stoner movies ever. Method and Red, in that movie.
What about
Essence
Clerks?
Atkins, Clerks? I don't know.
Would Clerks be considered a stoner movie?
I would say Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back
I mean,
is more.
Jay and Silent Bob are
for
stoners.
sure.
They're the new age Cheech and Chong,
Yeah.
but you get the reference.
Yes.
But Blunt Man and Chronic and all that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't
Bill
know
and-
if I would consider
Bill and
Clerks.
Ted.
Bill and Ted, but you never saw them smoking weed.
True, but it's a great movie to get high on.
But by that logic, then you also then have to say, "Dude, where's my car?"
I would.
That
I would definitely.
is a
agree.
stoner
They
movie.
do smoke weed in that movie.
That is 100% a stoner
Yeah.
movie.
I forgot the dog gets stoned.
Yes, and they got
completely forgot about that altogether.
baked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I did. Where's my car?
Where's your car, dude?
Where's your car, dude?
And little side, that was actually Todd's very first DVD.
That was my very first DVD that I actually owned.
What?
Dude, where's my car?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That was the first DVD. I owned like
Okay.
VHSs prior, but
We had
Yeah, that's
movies,
right. I
but
forgot
it was
about
my
that,
very
yeah.
first DVD.
yeah.
So now I have a little under 500.
I beat you out. It's okay.
That's fine. You beat off everybody, so
I
it's
said
okay.
beat you out.
Oh, sorry.
That is just fucked up, Todd. You are my brother. What the fuck?
Anyway,
What the fuck?
anyway.
That works. That
So,
works.
Other stoner
Bad
movies
Todd.
to discuss. The movie Paul.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
Anything Seth Rogen.
Most things Seth Rogen. Pineapple Express.
You can't.
Yeah, there you go.
Pineapple Express
why
is
did
a
it take
key
so
Sausage
long?
movie.
Sausage Party.
Sausage Party. Thank you.
That was excellent.
Wow.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
fucked up.
Wow.
Such
that was,
a-
I can't believe first, let's talk about like how the first movie was not Pineapple Express.
Well, I mean, How High, Half Baked.
Cheech and Chong.
They're all prime stoner movies.
I mean, when you're sitting here talking about it,
as long as it came up in topic.
yeah,
Yes.
like you kind of.
That's the thing.
Like,
As
things
long as it
kinda,
came
like,
up in conversation.
But Sausage Party, though.
Oh my god, that movie is
so
so
fucking
beyond
ridiculous.
fucked up.
But it's
so
so
fucking
fun.
ridiculous.
The
It's so
orgy
funny.
at the end. Spoiler
Oh my
alert.
God, it is so
Yeah.
funny.
All right, so we're gonna go to the cabana at some point and put on Sausage Party and
Absolutely,
see what happens.
absolutely.
Mr. T. Can you imagine Mr. T coming in and walking in?
The giant douche.
What the fuck? What the fuck are you guys watching?
Yeah, that would be funny. All right. Anyway, moving on because we could stay on this one again for hours.
Ever.
So next topic. All right, what are my favorite sports movies?
Okay.
All right,
Trouble with a Curve.
Trouble with the Curve,
Yeah.
excellent movie.
Gridiron Gang.
Gridiron Gang, another good one. Remember the Titans,
Remember the
definitely
Titans?
one of the
You
best.
can't,
Radio.
Radio.
was an excellent one as well.
Yeah,
Um,
there's so many excellent movies. What was it?
Benchwarmers.
Benchwarmers,
Angels in the Outfield.
Angels in the Outfield,
Oh,
The Longest
God.
Yard,
Longest Yard. Yeah.
both
Both of them,
Longest Yards.
yeah.
There's all kinds
Remember maybe when the Angels win the pennant.
I'm not familiar.
if you're
with
gonna
that
make me cry, I'm gonna hurt you.
God, if there is a God.
Stop, Steven. I hate you.
one. I'm not familiar with that one.
It's Angels in the Outfield. I'm about to
Okay.
mute Steven's mic. Bastard.
I mean, I haven't watched Angels in the Outfield in
there's-
so many
Yeah, I know.
years. I'm just like, I'm not even.
But
it
th-
doesn't
there's
even
I
make
so
only
sense.
many.
remember the ones from the. I only remember the lines from the trailers.
There's
Mm-hmm.
so many excellent sports movies out there. Coach Carter, Glory
Mhm.
Road.
I actually
The
own Coach
Natural.
Carter.
Okay, The Natural, Field of
Field
Dreams.
of Dreams. Yeah.
Brian, what is it? Brian's song. Oh, another really good one.
Grudge Match. Rocky.
Grudge Match, all the Rocky movies.
Rocky. Yeah. I mean, that was.
Raging Bull.
Mhm.
Here Comes the Boom.
Here comes the
Here-
boom.
I don't care. It's
What
a,
was
it's a
it?
sports movie.
The original MMA. Never back down.
Never Back Down.
Yeah.
That was a good
Oh, I
one.
love that one.
I liked that one.
Also, it kind of goes into like a teen movie there as well, doesn't it?
It
To a
is.
certain extent.
Yeah, like
yeah.
it's
Both.
Yeah,
Both.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a multi-genre.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like
By
that
the
movie.
way, the one that I also really
Kinda
liked
dated.
was the one that had Michael J. White.
The second one.
The second one.
Yeah.
Mm.
The,
Never
um,
back down to the beat down.
The beat down.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
fell asleep during that one. I don't
It's
How dare
the
you fall asleep
storyline
to
isn't
Michael
that
J.
great,
White.
but Michael J. White is a
know. I think I
beast.
saw it late. I
He
think I saw it,
tells
like,
you,
late at night.
he basically teaches you I'd rather incapacitate than push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's logical to me.
I mean, absolutely. There was another Michael J. White where he's like a boxer in like a Russian prison. Is that Undisputed?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, I love the Undisputed movies.
The Undisputed
Yeah.
movies, or
Michael J. White is a beast.
that
If-
dude.
If you've never seen Falcon Rising, watch Falcon Rising. It's an excellent movie.
Yeah.
It's from a
is-
few years ago, but
Also, Blood and Bones.
Blood
Yeah.
and Bone is very good as well.
That's a good one.
I just like him as like a person.
Yeah.
Right. Like
But-
he goes and hangs out with like people that go into the MMA. He
Yeah.
works with them and like teaches them what he knows and
Yeah.
all that shit.
And then he punches people
And then he fakes
in the
punch-
face because it's fun.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
But to go along with it, and I say this because I am a die-hard Eagles fan. Fly Eagles fly all day
Invincible.
long. Invincible.
I was
The
just
story
thinking-
of Vince Papale.
as soon as you said, I have to
Yep.
say,
Yep.
I'm like, he's gonna bring up Mark
Yep.
Wahlberg's Invincible.
Yep.
That was gonna be the next
That's
one.
that's what revamped Mark Wahlberg's career.
Yeah.
That's what gave it new life. Like he was really kind
True.
of like drowning up until that point.
Yeah.
He did The Happening.
He did the happening.
By the way, can we go back to stoner movies for like half a second? And because no one said Ted.
Fuck.
Oh,
No one
God
said
damn
Ted.
it.
No one said Ted.
I call that a
How-
family movie.
That is definitely a family movie.
I watched it with my nephew.
We did.
But-
We did.
I totally did. I also watched Deadpool. But anyway. So did I watch that one? I watched Deadpool for sure. Anyway, but yeah, I totally forgot about Ted and Ted
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
I just because we got back to
Yeah.
Mark
No,
Wahlberg.
you're
yeah.
you're 100%
Yeah,
right.
We-
yeah.
100% right.
we had to go back and revisit because that would be an injustice.
Right.
To
No,
me.
I agree. I agree with
That
you.
would be a sin.
Yeah.
All right. Switching it up.
Yeah, I'm fine
Switch
with
it up.
switching it up.
All right. Next topic. All right. I'm going to step back for this one. You guys can discuss horror all day long.
Horror. Oh gosh.
I could just do a whole thing on horror.
All right. I'm going to step back.
The big one for me is Sinister. I'm a big fan of like horror movies that also provide like jump scares. Like Sinister.
I'm more of a fan of slashers.
Okay.
I'm a slasher fan.
So you're more like the Michael Myers movies and
I like Friday the
Shoot, Friday the
13th
13th,
and
okay.
Nightmare on Elm Street. I like all the old, like all the obscure slashers.
Freddy versus Jason.
That's not too obscure.
But again, it's one of those just like ridiculous.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. It's not really. Yeah.
I've actually expanded my horror palette. I recently, a couple years ago, backed a whole horror documentary that was based on discussing 80s horror.
80s horror.
80s horror.
Okay. So like.
So everything 80s horror they had. I backed the second one and the third one. I got my name in the credits
Mm-hmm.
for the documentary, which I love.
Mm-hmm. So you're referring to like the more old school horror.
Oh yeah. I've gotten a lot of older horror movies now. I've gotten stuff like Vamp, The Entity, Changeling,
The Thing.
The Thing, The Blob.
The Blob. I forgot about that. Can we talk about like The Fly?
The Fly, yes.
I wasn't 100% sure like that would qualify as a horror movie,
It is, absolutely is.
but it is fucking ridiculous, and like the effects for that period of time, or
Yeah.
like
The body
the-
horror.
Yeah,
Oof.
the body horror. Like seeing him slowly transform into like a human fly hybrid.
Yeah, and then at the
Yeah.
end with the jaw being ripped off, and
Yep.
oh, dude.
Yeah.
I saw that when I was younger. It gave me nightmares. It did.
Yeah. What's the new ones these days? Like Insidious.
Yeah, I don't really watch those. I'm not a fan of
The
them.
Woman in Black, right? That was another one. Like I think the ones that really freak me out are like like stuff that is chilling, that is not like something that is tangible, right? Like ghosts and shit. Like fuck with me more than anything else. Well, you have something to say, Todd?
Kazam.
Kazam. I'm not familiar.
That's
with
not
that.
a horror movie.
You've never seen Shaq act.
Oh.
Yes. So
Not
anyway.
not wrong, but
So it's obviously you're not getting the joke.
what the
It's a reference to the movie Scary Movie
Yeah.
with
Okay.
the Wayans brothers.
okay?
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't watch like the scary movies.
Nah,
like
it's-
those,
So-
those spoofs.
yeah.
Like it's like not my level of humor.
So
For the most part.
fun fact. I remember vividly when I was 3 years old
Mm-hmm.
watching the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. All right.
I did. When I was 3 years old, I saw the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Who the fuck let you watch that?
It was on TV.
I don't know how accurate that is.
I remember it vividly.
Were you sure you're 3?
Around 3 or 4, around that
All right.
area. But yeah, when I was a little kid, I saw
I
the Nightmare on Elm Street.
usually like think like
Okay.
most people don't remember stuff past like
Kind of hard to
5.
forget seeing Freddy Krueger's face being ripped off with a skeleton face, and then a woman being spun around in the air while she's being ripped apart.
Okay.
Kind of hard to forget that.
Reminds me of the first time I watched Mortal Kombat. Scorpion.
Can we
No.
quickly acknowledge the fact that I'm about to bring something up that neither of you shockingly have mentioned?
What?
A Clockwork Orange.
That's not a horror movie. It's a cerebral movie, not a horror movie.
It's a horror movie by any stretch of the
you,
imagination.
To
I was
you,
gonna-
it's a
I was
horror
gonna-
movie.
I was gonna say like it. That one has a lot of like aspects to it that kind of separate it from other horror movies.
There's no horror movie. It's a shock movie.
13 Ghosts.
That's a good one. I like that one.
It wasn't
It's-
as scary, like looking back at it now,
It's
but it's just a solid movie.
it's a
period.
movie. It's a product of its time. It's nothing spectacular, but it's entertaining to watch.
Can we also bring up what was it? I'm blanking on the name. Dude with the chainsaw hand.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh,
Oh, Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Love Evil Dead too.
Yeah. I mean, Evil Dead was really good. The first one.
Didn't they make that like a
They
Showtime
made a
series?
Yes,
Yes, they
Ash
did.
versus Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And
Entertaining.
then, I mean, honestly, like the new reboot of it was pretty like I would say really good for the
It
horror
was
genre.
bloody as hell.
I'm
Yes.
amazed you guys have not mentioned a single Stephen King movie.
I mean,
Stephen King is definitely up there.
Like you
in
have
any-
Firestarter.
Firestarter.
You have The Shining.
The
well, that's
Shining.
more Stanley Kubrick.
But
You
it-
know.
The Shining is definitely a really good horror movie.
But Stephen King
But-
hates that version.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's still an excellent horror movie.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's
You know,
bad.
but you also
I'm not
have
saying it's
it.
It's a really good.
bad.
really
I
good
didn't really
too.
like it.
You,
I
know,
don't
you
like
also
it.
have Hellraiser.
Oh, I love Hellraiser.
Oh God, I can't.
You also
It's
have
terrible that I
Leprechaun.
love those movies. It's terrible.
Do
that I
we
love the
really want to
Hellraiser
talk about Leprechaun though?
I'm a leprechaun.
I want to move.
All right, stop.
But can't.
For those that get the reference, thank you. Anyway,
Yeah, you're better off just forgetting about that movie. It was
All of
anyway,
them.
all
They
right,
fucking went to space.
all right. Are we
Oh,
switching
Jesus.
topics?
fucking Leprechaun. I can't believe you.
All right, I'm
fucking
gonna switch
brought that up.
topics.
There's worse ones.
All
It's
right.
up there.
Here you go. You guys can have the conversation. We have to keep the conversation brief because other people wanted to be in on this. Robots. So
Okay.
robot movies.
Pacific Rim.
So that's.
Transformers.
But here's the thing, and we're gonna get into this in a deeper debate later on.
Mhm.
I don't consider those robots. Okay, first of all, Pacific Rim, those are what you call what is it? Mechs.
Mech
They
suits.
are suits that are required to move that require people in order to move.
Yes. I agree.
Transformers are not robots, they are an alien species.
No, they're robots.
They're
They're
a-
cybernetic beings.
they're beings. That's different.
They are cybernetic beings.
They are an alien species. They are mechanically organic.
So would you say that the robots in AI are not robots because they are sentient?
No. It's different. Those are
No, it's not. Robots
were they
are cybernetic.
were they made
organisms.
by people? In
Yes.
AI, were they made by people?
Yes,
Okay. In Transformers, were they made by people?
Small
They were made by something.
soldiers.
They were. Hold on. They were not made by people. They were made by Cybertron. They were born of Earth. They were born of their planet. They are
but they
aliens.
still call themselves robots.
They call themselves robots to make the human race more comfortable. They are considered aliens.
who are robotic.
They are robotic, absolutely. I'm
So
not saying
they're
they're
robots.
not. No, they're not. They are
The
aliens.
tagline literally is "robots in disguise,"
But they are aliens.
who are robots.
They came from another planet.
You
they're-
are really just missing the boat here on this one.
I'm not. I'm not by any stretch. Are they by our standards robots? Yes. However, they are not robots because they are considered. They are
What makes a robot a robot?
made by man.
No,
No.
Yes.
it's that they are
Machinery-
cybernetic.
The machinery made by man.
Organic versus inorganic.
What
life.
makes a robot is that they are cybernetic in nature. There is
they
no
are-
organic matter to them.
They are organic by their planet standards.
Realistically,
They
with that, we're
are
talking
organic
about
by
a
their planet standards.
philosophical conversation.
But that's the thing.
what makes
Hold
what
on,
makes
hold
it
on.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
Where does humanity?
The Transformers, the Decepticons, and the Autobots are organic by their planet standards, by our standards, by human race standards, by Earth standards. They are robots. However, because they are born on another planet, is Alf anything other than an alien? Was Paul anything other than
but
an
they're not
alien?
cybernetic.
Doesn't, but you're missing the point. Was Alf a dog? Was Alf a cat? No, he was an alien. He was
ate cats.
I know that. He was more cat
Good
than
for him.
alien.
Yeah,
But
I'm allergic. So
he
fuck
he
cats.
was, Transformers are organisms of their planet.
And they're
They are-
cybernetic.
I'm not saying they're not, but they are organic material from their planet. They are.
Everybody would say
Here's the
no,
thing.
but
Here's the
Again,
thing.
It's a philosophical.
Chappie robot. The robots in what's it? What's the one with Hugh Jackman? I can't think of it.
Real Steel.
Real Steel, thank you. Those are robots. The robots in iRobot are robots. They are cybernetic made by man. They can function on their own or with somebody else, but they are not from another planet.
Okay.
They're not.
So
Vision,
hold on.
Vision and Ultron are robots. They are.
Okay.
Vision and Ultron
I'm
are
not-
robots.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm just.
But
by
they
that
are
by that token, if we send a robot to a different planet, it becomes
What?
what?
it's a robot because we're sending it. It was made here. It is not made of organic material.
But they would disagree. They might disagree, like the people of another
So,
planet.
so what if aliens sent a robot here? Would
If
that
we
no
sent
longer
an
be
AI
a
robot.
because it's from another planet?
It's dependent on the material that's used to make it. It is considered organic material. in order for somebody like Optimus Prime to be born, he had to be born. They are
they were made, all made. None
they
of
were
them
made by the
born.
planet. They were made by the planet.
But they were never. But none of them were born.
They were
And at no
they
point
were
have they
born
ever
and
called
made by the planet.
At no point in any line of canon from Transformers did they ever say that their planet or any materials that they had were organic in nature.
They absolutely did.
No, they did not.
They did.
They said it's native to our planet,
They absolutely.
but they never said it's organic.
They have said that it is
is
materials
cybernetic.
from our planet is organic. They absolutely have. We're gonna go back and fight about this later.
Whatever.
It is organic for them,
Moving on.
but it's true.
Okay, fine. Moving on.
You all can fight about this later.
I'm not going to-
we
I'm
can,
not
we can
even
talk
gonna-
about.
We're
the
going to fight
philosophical
about this later.
I'm
conversation
gonna not
of
care
what
enough.
makes it like
All right.
an actual life
So-
versus a robot. Yeah.
Likewise, RoboCop, not a robot.
Cyborg, yeah.
Cyborg. There's a difference between a cyborg and a robot.
Mostly robot, but cyborg.
Robots, by definition, should not be able to feel human emotion.
No. Should not have any organic material within them.
And fucking Transformers do. Anyway,
But they don't
Switching
have
topics.
a human brain, do they?
switching
RoboCop
topics.
does.
Switching topics.
And a
You
face.
fucking started this shit.
I
show.
know. Switching topics. No, we already did that. All right. Superhero movies.
Endgame.
I mean, Avengers Endgame, excellent movie.
I mean,
Batman movies, except for Batman and Robin.
And Batman vs. Superman.
We don't talk about that.
we could.
We don't. We don't. We do not.
All right.
Talk about that
So
here.
I'm going to throw something out there.
Iron Man.
Well,
Any of the
hold
Iron
on.
Mans
I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Unappreciated superhero movies.
There's a
Punisher.
lot.
Okay, Punisher, the one with John Travolta.
I like Warzone better.
Warzone was.
It felt
It wa-
more
it-
like Punisher.
I mean, personally, I liked the series on Netflix, now on Disney Plus. That
Absolutely.
was excellent.
was. It
It was
was.
I would
excellent.
say that was
But-
probably the best iteration of Punisher. It
Yeah.
combined
The Blade
ad-
movies.
Blade movies, yeah.
Blade movies, they were excellent.
They
Who saves-
revived the
who-
superhero movies.
They did.
And who else is better at killing fucking vampires than fucking Wesley Snipes?
That's why we needed him
True.
on
He saves
Twilight
the
movies.
world without anyone ever knowing.
We did need him in Twilight.
We did.
He needed to be there, but he wasn't. Kill them all.
Mhm.
Kill them all. Anyway,
Yep.
make those fuckers sparkle.
I threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Yeah. But anyway,
Um,
so
Daredevil. Like
Daredevil.
I would say the Netflix series.
way
Way-
better
way
than the
better.
Ben Affleck movie.
I liked the Ben Affleck
I
movie.
liked
I
I liked the
It
Ben
wasn't
Affleck
perfect,
movie.
but I liked it.
I liked it,
I
but
did too.
the series, the Charlie Cox series, is way better.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all of the MCU,
Basically, yeah.
like MCU, start to finish, Iron Man to
I mean,
to
there
No
have
Way
been,
Home,
I
and
mean, there have been some trips, but
Man of
Multiverse
Steel.
of Madness
Man
is.
of Steel.
we're not mentioning it on the Eternals on that.
Eternals was okay. I kind of liked it.
I haven't watched it yet.
All right.
It's called the worst Marvel movie in total, which is a pretty high bar, regardless.
But here's the thing: would you rather be the worst of the best, or the worst of shit?
Fair point.
At the end of the day, even the guy who rides the bench gets a ring at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well played. Well played.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Mhm.
All right, what do you think? One more topic?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Let's make it a good one. I might have to hit it a second time. We already did rom-coms. Drama?
No.
Got to end on something big?
Yeah.
All right.
Go big or go home. And drama is like
Car movies. I mean, there's some good ones out there, but
I feel like the major one is
Fast and Furious.
I was
Like
going to
Fast
say
and
Gone in
Furious.
60 Seconds with
Gone
Nicolas
in
I mean,
Cage.
that's a
Yeah.
good one, but
It's Nick Cage. Everything with him is good.
Green Hornet. I mean,
That's not a car
that's
movie.
more of a hero movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's definitely a superhero movie.
I wouldn't say superhero. It's
Well,
more of a hero movie.
Whatever.
What about like Inspector Gadget?
No,
Also a hero
that's more.
movie.
Yeah,
Well, I think a kids.
it's
movie.
more of a cop movie.
It's a kids movie.
We skipped the whole cop movie thing. You know, Torque,
Torque. Okay.
Biker Boys.
Well, Torque is
Taxi.
not cars. It's bikes.
The same.
Taxi.
We're
Whatever.
Taxi. That's more a cop movie. You're talking about the one with Queen Latifah and Jimmy
Yeah.
Fallon. Yeah, that's a cop movie.
I don't know that.
Just so happens like she's driving,
I think that
but
kind of. I think that kind of blends into both.
I can't. Okay. I can see where it can
I'm just shooting.
it can hit that
Other
on the Venn diagram. It can fall somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
And yeah, I said Venn diagram. Suck it. Anyway,
Can you
but-
spell Venn diagram?
Go to hell.
Fuck. Anyway, all right. So I'll shuffle one more time. Fuck.
What are we getting
No.
here?
No,
What?
that was the third time we hit sports. Teen movies.
Not another teen movie.
The best one.
I hit it right off the park.
Oh, okay. We're gonna end on big here.
Oh yeah.
Sequels.
Oh.
Because I think there's a lot to be discussed here. We're going to try and condense it. I'm just going to put it out there. Best movie ever made that was a sequel,
Okay.
Godfather 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say Godfather 2 was
Terminator 2.
way better than Godfather 1. I mean, excellent. Godfather 1 was excellent, but
Terminator-
Godfather 2 was better.
They actually have a
Terminator
show
2
coming out
was
for that.
also
I know.
really good.
Yeah.
I like the second one far better than the first one.
I would agree.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wouldn't go as far as just. I think the third one was actually even better still.
Okay.
There was parts of it that like just added like just enough like comedy.
And then everything went to hell.
Absolutely after that, yes.
Likewise, then I would also say Rocky 2 and Rocky 3.
And Rocky 5.
No.
1000.
No. Rocky 2 and Rocky 3. Well, Rocky 1 was good. I believe 2 and 3 were better. 1 was better than 4, and they were all better than 5. All better than 5.
Which one was number 5?
Where he was training the young guy. Not Creed.
Okay.
Where he ended up fighting his
Creed 2.
mentee.
Mhm.
No, it's not.
Sonic 2 just came out.
I'm gonna throw something at you.
It
But we haven't.
It's
Nobody's seen it.
breaking
We can't
records.
see anything.
The big one in the Rocky series that I really liked was where Rocky
Oh,
had
shit, that's-
Rocky had, I think it's Balboa actually.
That was weird.
what?
I just opened up my phone on Facebook. So Stallone names the most memorable moment of his career. That was weird. That was so weird. Anyway,
God damn.
I think Balboa had like
Rocky Balboa. Yeah.
like the one where he had retired and then goes back
Yep.
into. I think that one was one of my favorites. Like
Yeah.
nothing will ever compare to that when Rocky faces Apollo Creed
Yeah.
and the music and the look of defeat, but I think as a movie as a whole,
Right.
I think the Balboa movie was an excellent sequel.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna throw this out there.
All right.
All the Toy Story movies. Okay.
I mean, they do get. I think,
Show me one person,
Mhm.
just one, that did not cry at the end of Toy Story 3.
Stop it.
I did.
Okay?
I did.
Okay?
I definitely.
If you can show me that person, I will show you a person that has no soul.
That person would be a sociopath.
Yes.
Mhm.
I cried like a baby at the end of Toy Story 3.
Nothing worse than seeing a fucking fat man weep.
You are going to die. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to say goodbye to Steven. We knew him well.
Not to be confused with Stephen Strange.
We knew him well.
It was nice knowing you all.
He will be buried in the backyard. And I'm just leaving it at that. He might be alive still, but he will be buried in the backyard. You know better. You're about to die.
I had to take the shot.
Anyway.
It's like you talked about me sucking dicks. Fuck you.
Anyway.
Fair.
Well, no, the whole thing with Todd and I is that we quote movies religiously.
Mm-hmm.
You know better.
I had to take the good shot. It was too good of a shot.
For
I'll take
those
a punch
that
for it
can't
later, but you know
see.
it'd be worth it. It's worth it.
The look on Todd's face
If
right
looks
now.
could kill, I'd be 6 feet. I'd be 12 feet under right now.
He would be in the Earth's core
Pretty
on
much.
fire. I mean, I'm sure there would be no screams because by getting to that point. Anyway,
No one will hear you scream.
Oh, Aliens.
Aliens.
Aliens was a good sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Aliens was
Predator.
way better than the first one.
Predator 2. I think
What? It just hit me like it's a good one.
Predator because Todd's gonna rip off Steven's head and spine and make a
Yeah.
trophy of it. Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I'm about to be
Anyway.
mounted on the wall.
Yes. I don't know.
He's gonna lift your
I will.
head and spine. Just
I will learn. What's the word? What's the word?
Torture?
No, I know torture.
not
Sadism?
no
No, what stuffing
Okay.
an animal?
taxidermy.
Taxidermy. Thank you.
Yeah.
I will learn taxidermy just for tonight. Anyway, so I think that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Once again, we would like to wish a pleasant goodbye to Steven.
again.
We would like to wish a pleasant goodbye to Steven.
It was nice knowing you.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
good time.
Okay.
I regret nothing.
All right.
He Babe Ruth to Sammy Sosa all up in here.
Until next time,